All right, live. Might as well get started. You're going to see a series of videos for the next couple of days. I will be leaving for Johannesburg, Africa, February the 1st. I'll be there to the 17th, and what I will be doing is training on production of wigs. Because of my background and experience in clothing manufacturers and the order of process and sewing, and I taught that in college level. I also have a degree in apparel and textile design, the marketing, the merchandising, the actual design, specification packages, and things of that sort. So it's kind of applied the same way to wig making. The only difference is we will not be using home sewing machines in Johannesburg. We will be using actual sewing machines that are made to construct wigs. But because I am creating the samples and preparing the training process, I have to act as if I am one of the workers that is in this manufacturer, and my job is to time everything so everything fits quota and fits time schedule based off their clients that they're mass producing these wigs for. So what I have already done so far is about what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I got my 6th one, which I'm going to record right now. But I have this one I just did on Facebook, so you can check out on Facebook, Wig Making 101. That's the page, so you can see how I did the timing on that. I am going to show that in this video as well, and then because I'm going to be doing it for this one. So there is a specification chart that I am using, so I'm timing myself, and I've already done it a few times with all of them just to see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my 6th one. The first one I didn't time it, but this I'm going to start timing it. So I have to time it to see what it would be like for me to train, how long it would take for them to do it as their first time doing it, if it's their first time ever doing any kind of sewing whatsoever, and the timing that we are pushing for as far as production purposes. So I'm writing down the order of process for just the first step, which is attaching the closures to these wigs, because most of these wigs that we're doing samples for are banged wigs, and we're not using frontal closures. We're using 4x4 closures and 2 bundles of hair. So I'm just doing the process of it all. So with that being said, I'm going to get started. And the process actually starts off with using a wig head. This is a canvas wig head. You need about 8 T-pins, so I have them on each side so it's easy for me to grab them with both hands. That's one of the things for setup. And then I have, this is supposed to be 48 inches. Alexa, how many centimeters is 48 inches?
48 inches is 122 centimeters.
Okay, so 122 centimeters, and which I have to go by that. I need both numbers because, you know, the metric system is read elsewhere. So this is 122 centimeters, 48 inches in the U.S. I'm going to make sure that this is on the hook or on the needle, and it's folded. So it's actually 48 inches, so it's actually 24 length, 24 in length, which that's usually about the length of, almost the length of a person's arm. So I'm going to pin that there. You need to have the cap that the company is going to be using, whether they are producing it, which we will be producing our own caps for our luxury wigs, but you need a cap. So they're going to be outsourcing this. So I have to put this on, and then I have to put this on in front of it. So it's going to be falling towards the front. So my idea is timing this one last time. I'm going to use my watch because it has a timer on it, or a stopwatch, should I say, for it. So here's my stopwatch. I'm going to set it. So I'm using an analog stopwatch. I'm just going to press it to get started. And the first thing I'm going to do is not talk so much because, again, I'm timing everything. So it's really just to put the pins down. Notice I'm going from side to side for this. Makes it a lot easier if your pins and everything is in the same place. I am timing the process right now for what it would be like when I have to train them so that we can get to a certain number. I'm going to take this, find it towards the center. I'm just going to take one T-pin, pin it right there for now, pull, stretch to each side to make sure that it's down. And then we're going to use this one. So all four sides, 2 in the back, 2 in the front of the wig, and then 2 in the front and 2 in the back of the closure. That's where they need to be pinned out. So it makes it easy for them to sew. Now some people actually corn roll this down and make sure that it's out of the way, but you don't have to do that. I'm going to start on the left side of the wig head, my right side, because of the stitch that we're actually going to be using to sew this down is actually called a blanket stitch. So I'm going to pull my needle through and all the way through, and then I'm going to pull it through the loop of this thread because it's already knotted on one end, and I'm going to hold it in one hand and loop up. So the purpose of this is me timing this process for those that are only going to be constructing or attaching the closures first, because the wigs that are being made are banged wigs. So let's hope this amount of length of thread that I wrote down is accurate, because I've measured it several times already. So I'm starting from its left side, my right side, using a blanket stitch once I get to the end, and I have to go straight across the top. And I have to go straight across the top of it. Just looping under, no special stitch at this point, because we're going to be sewing this down to secure. Again, in South Africa, we're going to be using sewing machines that are meant specifically for making wigs. So the process of this might be a tad bit different. We'll see. And then I'm going to loop up through the end once I get to the end. Turn it, and then continue on. And it's nice to know this is just the right amount of thread we need, because I'm trying to pay attention to quality control and usage of capital. And then I'm just going to knot it a few times through the cap, not through the closure. It doesn't matter much because we're going to be sewing this down anyway. And then cut. And I'm done. And that took me 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Go figure. So I have to write that down. The one I did on Facebook took me 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Time, all steps, and accurate. So this is just the very first process of this whole thing. Is the first group of people, I will be training them only to not construct the caps, but only to attach the closure onto the caps. The next group, they're going to be sewing the wefts onto these caps. So this is for mass production for cosplay and other wigs. That's why we're using blonde hair. They have their area where they're going to color and style it and all of that stuff. My job only is to manufacture it, the sewing part of it, the timing of it, so that we can get, when we do mass production, we get the right amount of numbers and everything hits a deadline. So like I said, I wrote down the order of process. I know you can't see it, and I don't know if you can, but I wrote down the order of process of what I just did. I just demonstrated. I've timed myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And my 6th time, it took me 4 minutes. But the very 3rd time, it took me 10 minutes to do it. And I don't know why it took me 10 minutes to do it, but for all steps. But it looks like my goal, based on the timing and numbers, 10, when I did it with all steps, it took me 10 minutes. So for someone that's new doing this and I'm training them to do this, I know it's going to take them 10 minutes starting off. And the more often they do it, our goal is to get to about 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes is a realistic number just to put a closure on. So knowing that it takes 5 minutes to put a closure on, and then I say another 5 minutes for prepping for the next one, is 10 minutes. And so we put that 10 minutes into that hour, and that lets us know how much time, how many of these can be done within a certain amount of time, within an hour. So 10 minutes, 1 hour, what's that, about 6? Am I right? No? Somewhere in there? So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing to time it for the training aspect. So that's what these specification packages and stuff are for. If you want to know a little bit more, just keep following, or make sure you're following me here on Wig Making 101. I'm going to be showing you guys the process all the way through till February the 1st. I might be done this weekend anyway because I'm pretty fast at doing this stuff, but I just know it's going to take me some time when I have to train those girls up there for mass production. So that's why I'm timing it. I know my timing is faster, and I want to train them to do just as fast as I do when I'm at home. And I'm doing the entire wig. They won't be doing that. They're only going to be doing specific steps of it. You can also watch more on Wig Making 101 on my Facebook page because I am recording there as well. I just did this exact same process there. So you can go and check that out and see if you want to. If you're not subscribed to Wig Making 101, you probably won't even know what my updates are going to be. So make sure you subscribe to my Wig Making 101 website so you can get the updates as far as the videos are concerned, so you can see the stuff, because this information is free to you guys. I may be doing a lot of videos, and I may be able to do some lives while I'm in Johannesburg, Africa, training, so that you guys can see the process and how I'm, doing it there. And other than that, you can check out wigmaking101.com if you want to learn how to do all of this stuff, how to run your own business, or how to train other businesses, or how to just do it for yourself if you're a salon owner. My major goal right now is to teach people how to do it specifically for people who are dealing with hair loss. So keep that in mind. But right now, just mass production, it's my background, it's my experience in the fashion industry, and it's no different. Mass producing is no different to me. So that's what I'll be in Johannesburg, Africa, training is that. So if you don't see me the whole week, the whole month, well, I'll be there till the 17th. If you don't see me that's where I'm at. So if I'm here, that means I'm able to be live with you guys. So if you see me live on Instagram, you'll see me in Africa. So, all right, guys, this was my last one. I timed everything. Now I can finish writing it out. I'll probably do a live of showing you that anyway. And I'll see you guys in the next go round. I'll see you guys in the next go round. This is awesome how this goes. So I have to take this off. I have to also be careful that I don't sew over the pins. I'm so good at doing that. Especially when I get to these ends. So I take the pins out there, the pins out here, and then the two in the back of the nape. And this is all that first group of women is doing, is attaching these. So they need to do it within a matter of 10 minutes and in an hour, and then we can manage how many can be made within a certain time of the day that they're going to be producing it. So faster, that's what I learned. See you guys.